Hey everyone, Derpy here, back with another Battle Pirates video. And this is my level 505 target video using my U0 War Pegasus fleet. I'm going to say right off the bat, this is not going to be very pretty. So let's see what we're getting into. I'm going through here killing the turrets. Turrets are pretty easy to kill here. The problem is these Testudo missile turrets are too strong because of three different things. Number one, there's more of them than last raid. Number two, they're closer together than last raid. And number three, they're buffed individually, shooting more missiles with a higher anti-missile evade than last raid. So Testudo missile turrets are tough, but I think my fleet can deal with those okay. The real problem in this target actually gets down to the ships that come at you. So you can see how I'm going through here, I'm killing the turrets pretty easily. I'm avoiding these big red rings, and they do hurt, which you'll see later on. But the ships are the things that hurt. And I just want to talk about in this target when I'm driving away from these, trying to keep moving, only engaging one at once. The problem with this target, I think, is these ships. Because last raid, we were hitting the 130 and 132, and we were killing the ships. If we drove correctly, the Daggertooth ships and the Viper ships, we were killing these for free, for instant repair. And we were doing that because of a bug in the game where it was actually, I think, the result of two different bugs, but it resulted in what we called stuttering. Ships would stutter, and they would drive up till they're right about to shoot you, stop, and then fall out of range. Then they would catch up to you again, stop, and fall out of range. And they'd keep doing that, which means they would never actually fire if you had the exact right combat speed, which for me involved 3 Nessus and 1 turn and 1 Hyper 30 on each ship, as well as a regular engine. If your ships were fast enough, then you were able to move away from everything and take no damage. The problem is, Kixeye fixed this, and that's good. We want bugs fixed in the game. We don't want to have that in the game. The problem with this is that the ships, while the stats I've been told remain the same, they have the same combat speed. If they were 30 before, they're 30 now. If they were 40 before, they're 40 now. They stayed the same. The problem is, the effective speed increased. By that, I mean that you can't kill the ships for free by running away from them, and that's bad because it means that all our builds, they don't work the same anymore. Our driving has to be different. You can see here I'm trying to drive, and in a way that pretty much works in the 134, which I have a video on my channel of. You can drive in a straight line away, and it works pretty well. And you take a little bit of damage from every single shot, but this doesn't work quite as well as I would actually want it to. Another option you can use is a tank. You can park one ship out in front of the other 4 and use that one to tank everything. The problem is, my fleet, my War Pegasus, is built as a penetrative tank. It has 4 penetrative armors. Most people have 2 on theirs. I think very few people actually have 4. And you could change the entire way that you actually approach this target and the entire driving style. The problem is, if I try that, my War Pegasus gets pretty much killed almost all the way, and the rest of the ships take damage too. And that's not very good at all either because I'm still taking a ton of damage from this target. Another problem with this target, moving past that whole ship issue, which you're seeing right now, there's 2 shooting at me at once, even though I'm moving away as far as I can, is that there's a cloud in the middle of this target, but I don't think this cloud's working. For those of you who don't know or need a refresher or reminder, how clouds are supposed to work is anything inside the cloud cannot be seen by things outside of it. This is a mechanic that's over a year old. We've seen this in the Nemesis X and Saturn targets, as well as current raid, last raid targets. Right now I'm in the cloud, which means that nothing should be able to see me unless it's also in the cloud too. But in this target, I'm seeing that even if I'm in the cloud and I have that little orange debuff arrow on my ships, which means I'm in the cloud, enemy ships are still seeing me and detecting me. Now the fog cutters are a different issue. The fog cutters are supposed to be able to see you. But you can see here I've taken about 25% damage on my fleet, killed most of the ships. I'm going through mopping up the turrets, and it's going pretty well because my fleet can handle the turrets. I have 4 missile defense 3s on the flag, and 1 on every single backline hull, so I have more than enough missile defense system 3s. Enemy ships are coming at me right now, so I'm going to see if I can hide in the flag. If I hide in the flag, they should turn away and go away from me, right? They should not come at me. Right now I'm in the flag. But it's still coming at me, still circling around. That one actually works out okay, but the second one here, I'm in the flag, it's moving right at me. So you can't use the flag in this target, it's not necessarily broken, the ship AI is just telling it to follow through anyway. So this seems to be a pretty tough target. It doesn't help here that I get cornered a little bit, and then move into, I get cornered a little bit and have multiple ships coming at me. But I shouldn't take this much damage. I shouldn't take now about a third of my fleet's damage from most of the enemy ships. And this target isn't a very good one, to be honest. The point payout is mediocre for the damage you take. I think this is by far the hardest target this raid. I am able to kill the rest of these pseudo missile turrets, but even if I can do them easily like I say I can, I'm showing you I can, the sheer number of them adds up, and there's a lot of things in this target. Now, some of us are speculating that this target is going to be tuned down in the next day or so. Those are just rumors. It might happen, it might not. It's speculation. Moving against this next Daggertooth incoming, you can see every single one is getting a shot off and it's adding up. This target is so immense and it's so large. It's about as big as the 903, it seems like, but way more spaced out, and there aren't any other ships to take care of it. Like, I can't let the Legion ships do not attack the target, unlike the 903. I already have more than a third of my fleet dead, and I still have about half the target to go. I am trying to use my bat wings to see if I can add anything up, and I do double back here, and I am going to get hit by the red oral once, which is not very good, but that only probably adds about 45 to half an hour minutes of damage, so it shouldn't be that much of a deal, but all the small things add up is what I'm trying to say. Now, God forbid you try autoing this target, because I don't think that would work well at all. I am stuck here. I do have these viperfish coming at me. I'm trying to move away from them, but they're going to end up getting a shot off because they're just too fast. The effective combat speed is much higher because Kixeye made it, because they made it higher because they fixed that bug without then lowering the combat speed. Now, the other art targets are maybe too easy this raid. I think the 134, I've been showing that for about 24 minutes damage at my best after 5-minute repairs. That's probably okay. The 136, if you drive your ass off like I have, you can get it down for free. That might be too good, so maybe there's a little bit of balancing act. The 505 is harder because that's easier. Even the 903 can be done for instant repair, or at least close to that, as I've shown. And other people have put videos out too. We all have different methods. They're all fairly similar, same approach, but that's an easy enough target. This one is just way harder. Now, what benefit do you actually get from this target? Well, if you complete 4 targets, the 134, the 132, the 134, 136, 505, and 903. That's 4. 134, 136, 505, 903. You complete those 4 targets, you get a whopping set bonus of 250,000. Now, you do also get a bonus of 500k for completing the 136 and 134 set, and another bonus of 250k for just completing the top target. But I don't think, in the current game, the 505 is worth hitting. Now, it's getting ignored because it's the middle one, it's not having a lot of attention done to it, but I do really hope that we see a debuff, and the debuff I would personally like to see is you take all the two missile turrets and you change them back to the old ones, the not buffed ones, because they already have the effective buffs of being closer together and having more of them, which means your countermeasures are getting overwhelmed anyway, so you don't need to buff the turrets individually. I would also kind of like to see taking the target, maybe making it a little bit smaller, but that's a really big change. It's pretty much a new target. That might not happen. If the clouds actually worked and the ships returned to where they're supposed to be, that would be nice. That'd be another good thing. If I could hide in the cloud and there was maybe another cloud near the front entrance where my ships are about to be, so you could use that to kite ships and kill ships more easily. Well, not more easily, a lot of skill, but you'd end up taking less damage. That would be good. I'd also like to see something like the ships having a lower combat speed, so people running just an engine and 3 Nessus 1 turn will be able to kite that. If people have an extra turn, great, they can do even better. If they have Hyper 30, like I have, they can do even better than that. But the ships should be kiteable if the turret's going to be this hard, and the turret should be easier if the ships are not going to be kiteable, or both. Now, you could do some things like lowering the total damage by 10%, 20%, but I don't necessarily think it's going to fix the target in its entirety, because I am going to get quite a bit of damage on this. There's also one ship hiding in this corner that I'm not sure what it's doing, and when I get close to it, you're going to see one shot that it will come off and get close to me and shoot me once, and then hide back around the back of the map. I don't like the ship running off the back of the map. I had that happen once before too on my live stream, hitting at the medium right side of the target. A ship looped around back and killed me there. There's that one shot right there, and the ship goes away instead of killing it, and my fleet can't do anything about it. I have to loop around again. If you like some of the thoughts that I've been giving, some of the things I've been saying, you can go ahead and leave a like, and if you can comment your reaction to this below, that will help me out, know what everyone's thinking about, and know that you're actually watching this far into the video. I am going to show you the damage, which is not very pretty, as well as my build, which is going to be the same ones I used for the 134, 136, and 903. Overall, this target should have been tested more in my opinion, and it is not. I don't have good results from it. I'd be curious to see if anyone else in the community is having similar results to mine. They're doing better than me. I would expect the upgrades would perform slightly better because this is a U0 fleet, but they're not going to perform a ton better. Into my damage, you can see that a lot of corrosive as well as penetrative. There's not a lot I can do anymore to solve this. Not a great set bonus, and the build I'm going to show you in a second is it's just not great for 500,000 points plus maybe part of a bonus if you complete 3 other targets. My build here is a War Pegasus tank with penetrative focus tank, as well with high projectile speed countermeasures, and then the 3 Nesses 1 turn CIC. Pretty standard of what everyone is running as targets. Most people are running some sort of variation on a combo CIC type fleet. Most are leaning to either even or only having 1 turn and 3 Nesses. So I hope this video helped you in at least a little bit, gave you something to think about it. If it did, you can leave a like. You can also share it to your alliance, whatever pages. See if this video can get pushed out a little bit. See if we can get some recognition for the stuff that's inside this. There's also an end screen. You can click one of 3 things. But as always, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.